Corn has exploded higher plus 8.18% to $469.25, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Thursday, July 16th, and this is your complete global market briefing. Markets are sending mixed signals today as investors weigh competing narratives. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 ticked up plus 0.38% to $7,572.40. Equity markets are responding to reports that stock market today, Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ rise as Apple notches record high Yahoo Finance. NASDAQ 100 slipped minus 0.28% to $29,503. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today, Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ slip as semiconductor stocks plummet Yahoo Finance. Dow Jones ticked up plus 0.29% to $52,659. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500 and NASDAQ end higher on cool inflation data, solid bank earnings. DAX slipped minus 0.46% to $25,000. This comes as Wall Street ends lower as Iran tensions dampen risk appetite, chipmakers drop, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 is broadly flat at $10,516, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500 and NASDAQ end higher on cool inflation data, solid bank earnings. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Samsung surged plus 6.27% to $279,500 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that Samsung profit surges over eightfold to beat estimates as RE boom fuels memory chip crunch. HBM3 yield rates for AI training chips are the most critical near-term metric. Any positive update would drive a meaningful earnings upgrade cycle. The memory upcycle is intact, but Samsung's foundry losses are a drag. A recovery in smartphone DRAM pricing would add a second earnings lever. Apple surged plus 4.01% to $327.50 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that Apple rises 20% in 3 months. Buy, sell or hold the stock. Trading view. The market is pricing in a multi-year AI-driven super upgrade cycle. That may be optimistic on timing, but the services business provides a floor to earnings growth. Near term, any iPhone demand commentary from Asian supply chain checks will move the stock. The Vision Pro trajectory is less relevant for near-term earnings. Rocket Lab plunged minus 3.31% to $76.20 in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Rocket Lab stock slides 24% over 6 straight down days, tray fees. Government launch contracts with the US DoD provide baseline revenue visibility. The Electron rocket utilization rate is the near-term earnings driver. Any contract win announcement or NASA mission assignment would be a meaningful positive catalyst. Neutron program milestones are the re-rating event the market is waiting for. Alphabet made a dramatic move today, surged plus 3.17% to $370.92. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Google stock. Do RE growth drivers justify the premium valuation? Trading view. The market has overcorrected on AI disruption risk to search. Google's Gemini integration is strong, and the ad business compound rate is intact. Google Cloud growth reacceleration is the catalyst investors are waiting for. Any data point on enterprise Gemini deals would drive a sector re-rating. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. This comes as Wall Street ends lower as Iran tensions dampen risk appetite, chipmakers drop, adding pressure to energy markets. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500 and NASDAQ end higher on cool inflation data, solid bank earnings. Rate expectations remain the single most powerful macro driver for equities and currencies right now. On the data front, equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500 and NASDAQ end higher on cool inflation data, solid bank earnings. Turning to commodities. Brent crude edged higher to $85.63 per barrel, up 1.06% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that OPEC cuts demand forecast again as the oil market starts looking past Hormuz. Crude oil prices today, oilprice.com. WTI crude edged higher to $80.24 per barrel, up 1.13% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that OPEC cuts demand forecast again as the oil market starts looking past Hormuz. Crude oil prices today, oilprice.com. Natural gas edged higher to $2.92, up 0.59% on the session. This comes as Wall Street ends lower as Iran tensions dampen risk appetite, chipmakers drop, adding pressure to energy markets. Gold ticked up to $4,066.90 per troy ounce, up 0.14% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that why is gold a safe haven investment? Yahoo Finance. Let us give you our near-term view on corn. From a momentum perspective, the next key resistance for corn sits around $497.41. A sustained break above that level could attract further institutional buying. The main risk to the upside scenario is a shift in macro conditions or central bank tone. This is our analytical view, always do your own research. In the currency markets, Euro to US dollar is at 1.14, gaining 0% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.35, gaining 1.07% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 162.19, gaining 0% on the day. The move in the dollar reflects reports that gold prices slide as strong dollar outweighs safe haven demand. MSN. Here is what we will be watching closely in the days ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. We cover every major global market, every single day. If this kind of daily, actionable analysis is useful to you, please support us with a like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it means a great deal to this channel. Share this with anyone who invests or trades, they will thank you for it. Thanks for watching MTRS_Market Pulse. Nothing here constitutes financial advice. Please conduct your own due diligence. Good luck in the markets and we will see you in the next video. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.